Now you're going to start setting up your auction. You'll begin this process by selecting the Create Auction button. The first place you will see the Create Auction button is under the Auction pillar on the main dashboard. You can also find this button by clicking on Auctions from the menu on the left-hand side of the main dashboard. When looking at auctions on the main dashboard, you can view all of your current and past auctions. If you have run auctions through Handbid in the past, you can view them by clicking on the Reconcile checkbox. You will also see the option to create a test auction in this area. I highly recommend creating a test auction for testing purposes. Click on the Create Auction button from either location just discussed. This is going to bring us to your auction settings. We start the setup process by adding the auction manager contact. This person is responsible for either answering auction questions, item questions, shipping and redemption requests, or payment and reconciliation requests. This contact can be responsible for one or all of the mentioned criteria. You can add more than one auction manager contact and task out different duties to different contacts. Handbid uses the auction manager contact to provide the appropriate contact information to end users asking any of the applicable questions regarding your auction. For the next tab, we have the Info tab. In this tab, you will add the name of your auction. Try to have a finalized name at this point, as the name of your auction will auto-populate the default URL that Handbid generates. So make sure you have settled on your auction name before creating your auction. Your event status will default to Setup when creating your auction. This is fine, and we will discuss changing the status later on. The placement label is a field in your guest list that can be used to place guests at a physical event. For example, if you run a gala, your placement label will be Table if you assign guests to sit at certain tables. The item sort method is the method in which your items will be sorted. You can choose to sort your items alphabetically by name, or the item code, which you can designate per item. You can code your items using numbers, letters, or a combination of both. The code method is an alphanumeric sort. If your Handbid package includes ticketing, you will see the checkbox to enable ticket sales. This will add an area for purchasing tickets on the app and the website. You will still need to add your ticket items within the Handbid auction in order to have them available. If you are selling tickets through Handbid, it may make sense to check the box to hide the register button on the website. This will create a clearer path on the website to go through the ticket purchase dialog versus just registering for the auction. If you plan to use the Handbid iPad app, you will want to add a PIN. This PIN needs to be at least 5 digits. The Facebook Pixel ID will integrate your Facebook advertising campaign right into your auction website. Alright, the next tab over is your Goals tab. You will enter the amount of money you plan to raise for each Handbid item type. You can check the box at the bottom of this tab to show your goals to end users. This will show a total goal when looking at your event from a search in Handbid, and will also show your donation goal on the Donation tab if your account permits adding appeal items. The Event tab will provide your donors with information about your event. You can add a location and attire information. The event location is a Google Places search box and will auto-populate your location as you type it out. This should populate the event location field, vanity address, country, and time zone. If you are running a virtual event, you can check the virtual/online only checkbox, and this will remove the location and attire fields. You will need to add a time zone, start time, and end time. These are required fields. The start time and end time are an advertised timeline that will not open and close your auction. If you have multiple timelines, you will want to add the general timeline to the start and end time, and you can mention other timelines in the event description. Speaking of the description, you can describe your event with 8,000 characters in the event description field. This will show up on the overview page of the auction website. You can also add 3 auction images that will show up below the description on the overview page of your auction website. At this point, select the Create button to create the auction. In the next video, you will add the rest of your auction settings and learn how to update the settings after the auction is created.